Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Thank you for tuning in to another card making video here on my YouTube channel. Today I am featuring the large die of the month for June 2021 from Spellbinders. You can see the die set right here. It's the Color Block Circles and Stripes die set. We're going to look at each of these dies and what it does. So here you can see the largest die in the set cuts out 3 strips or stripes, and they are 3 different sizes, all 8.5 inches long and varying widths. You can also save these in between pieces that cut out when in between the stripes when you die cut it out. They're super duper thin, and maybe you could even thread them through a needle. They're so thin. But here's the 3 main pieces that you can die cut out with this die. Next we have this curved die piece. It die cuts out a piece that can layer when you die cut out a second one to get some really fun looks like that. Next we have these 3 circle pieces and sentiments. So there's 3 circle dies. They fit around these 3 different sentiment dies. For you, thank you, and happy birthday. You can die cut the circle separate also to create a layering piece to go behind the sentiment. And then we have the circle dies or rings. They die cut out whole rings or half rings. You can layer these up with other colors to get some really unique looks. I won't be using those today, but I am using the stripes. I die cut the stripe die from every color in the rainbow, kind of going for a more muted, almost pastel feel, and I'm going to glue these on so they create diagonal stripes down the length of this slimline panel that is 8.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to start with my pink and glue that on first, kind of trying to get the angle that I want, and then I can glue them all down together. And I am going to eyeball how they're spaced out. So you maybe would have an easier way to space this out, maybe using a ruler and making tick marks, but I'm kind of a just go for it kind of crafter, so that's what I'm doing. So now I've sped this up greatly so you can see how I'm doing it, but I can be slow when it comes to things like this, especially if I am going to line it up myself. I try to take my time to do that. I am saving the pieces that I cut off because I could use them when this pattern repeats. Like right here, I was able to use the rest of my pink strip, but when it came to the orange, yellow, and green, I had to die cut new ones. But then I was able to use my scraps on the blue and the purple, and even on the very corners I had to add the pink and the blue again, and I was able to use the tiniest of scraps and fill in this background completely. I love how it turned out so much. It's so pretty, and I love that the strips of paper are varying in widths, and it's something I didn't have to figure out with my paper cutter, and it just was easy to do with dies. I trimmed this down so it's actually 8.25 by 3.25, and I'm going to save those excess pieces. Now I am stamping a cool sentiment from the clear stamp set of the month for June. It's like has mountains and trees. Half of it's supposed to be daytime and half of it's supposed to be nighttime. It's just a really cool scene, and this stamp set reminds me of like graphic t-shirts that you might buy if you went to a national park, and I have seen them before with the rainbows around them, so I just thought that would be a cool look to go for on today's card with this super fun new stamp set. So now I'm going to take that curvy piece and have it go down or diagonally through the center of my card, following that diagonal pattern. And you're just going to glue the 2 opposite of each other on top of each other, and then the edges on the ends should line up. And that's how you know that you've glued it together right. So now I'm going to take that piece that I die cut out and has the embossed image on it and put that in the center with some foam squares. Now I wanted to put vellum on the ends, but I decided it would be better if I ran them through with adhesive sheet on the back of the vellum, peel that off and stick it down. So that's what I did, and then they didn't have the adhesive showing it was, the whole thing is covered with adhesive, so there wasn't like a line of adhesive showing. So there's that. And now I took the sentiment that says, sending you smiles, sending you sunshine, and I'm stamping that just diagonally along the bottom edge of the pink cardstock. Well, right here, I bobbled it. Like, I didn't know I was so close to the paper, and I touched it down a tiny bit, and so there's like this little shadowy part, and it made me crazy. I literally, like, I had to leave this card, and I came back to it the next day, and I still wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So you'll see at the end how I fix it. Plus, the words dried back so much lighter. Can you see that here? You can barely see the words. So I trimmed that down, like I said earlier, and mounted that onto an 8.5 by 3.5 inch slimline card. And I'm going to set that aside. We're going to go on to card number 2, and you'll see how I fix the sentiment part of it at the end. Okay, for this one, I had all these stripes left over, so I decided that I would go ahead and create a second card. I think had to cut an extra of a couple of them that I had used on the previous card because I was going for the medium and the smallest strips. So I'm going to layer those on here how I think I'm going to use them, and then I'm actually going to do some weaving when I put this together. So when I glue down the smallest strips, I'm going to just glue down the very left hand edge, and then that I will be able to lift those up and weave the wider pieces through them. So that's what I'm doing here. And I just kind of laid them out, eyeballed it, and then glued them down. And I love the Bearly Art glue because when it seeps out, I can easily wipe it off, and it dries clear with a matte finish, so I don't even have a shiny spot there. It's fabulous. So now I'm going to lay out my strips again, this time vertically, and then use a little pencil mark so I know where I want to line them up. But I'm not going to use a ruler, just eyeballing it. And I know they aren't in rainbow order right here, but I'm just using them to do my pencil mark. So when I glue them down, they will be in the right order. So here I am marking just the left edge of them, and that just gave me a reference point so I can weave it without worrying about if it's lined up or not. It's already where I predetermined it should go. So here I was like, oh, how do I weave it now? I can't just stick it down. So I had to weave it, then scoot it over, and then that is what worked out. So the liquid glue, although it is my most favorite adhesive, I decided I would try the tape runner, and that actually worked better, so I didn't smear glue down the whole thing as I was weaving it. So there you have it. So I'm just alternating which strip goes on top as I move down the rows. So you can see there, like the pink is under, and that starts under, then the orange starts over, and that just gave me that more random look. So there we have the kind of plaid striped woven rainbow background. And then all I did was glue down the ends of those skinny pieces, and that finished it up. You trim off any excess and, save those because you can use them on something else later, right? Okay, so now for the embellishment, I have 2 more of those circle images from that clear stamp set of the month. Actually, this one I am using the same exact one as I did before because I wanted that mountain feel. There's another one that's more deserty looking, so that is a really cool one too that would go great with these rainbows. I put together 2 more of those wavy die cuts, and I'm going to use that to put these 3 circle elements onto my card. I wanted to repeat the element of the vellum like I did in the first card, so I have a 1-inch strip here I'm going to put down the center. I used liquid glue where I knew it was going to be covered up and just kind of smeared that out with my hand. Then these long ends, I can just use my tape runner, put some on the end, and fold it back. And that worked out great. And you can see the adhesive through that. So you just want to be careful when you're doing vellum. I do have some vellum adhesive. I didn't feel like it was the right adhesive for this card because I had the bumpy, uneven surface. So I put down my rings and then added my circles with foam squares. You can see I did happy birthday with the white letters and the craft background. And I used hazelnut ink from Altenew to stamp out these little images here. I'm going to glue that down to my 8.5 by 3.5 inch card base, and that's almost done. I knew this needed something else. So here I'm going to show you how I completed or fixed these cards. So first I thought I'll just take the hazelnut ink and stamp over what I already stamped because you can barely see the ink color. But then it definitely had a shadow of the pink ink that made it look blurry. So I took the strip die, I don't know why I can't get that word right, and I die cut it from white. I used the smallest strip, and I am attaching that to the card to cover up where I stamped with the pink ink. And then I'm just going to trim that so it's flush with the edge of the card, and then I have another nice white accent there, and I think it helps kind of balance out the card, and it covered up the part I didn't like, so bonus. Okay, so now I am making another of those wavy ring pieces, and I'm going to make the ring on this vertical card extend all the way across. So I just need a ring on each end. So I'm going to lay that on there and then just trim off the excess. I guess I probably didn't need to pre-glue them together because I'm just cutting off the part that's pre-glued, but it just seemed easier for me to glue it together before I laid it on the card. In my first card, I glued it together on the card, and I feel like I got it a little bit uneven. So I have more of one ring on the edge than on the other edge. So gluing it together first helped me be able to line it up better on the card. So there we have both my cards fixed, so to speak, and I really like how they turned out. Next, I have these strips that I cut off from my first pattern to make it a little bit smaller, and I saved them to glue on the inside of my card so they had a little rainbow in there, and I just love that finishing detail on the inside. So I know I will be using that strips die quite a bit. I love the little accent dies that come with it, and I think it's a really fun die set that you can be really creative with and use lots of different things with this die set. So there it is, the large die of the month for June from Spellbinders. I thank you so much for stopping by. If you're interested in the supplies or the club kits that Spellbinders has to offer, I have linked them for you below. I will see you all again on the next card making video. Happy stamping! Bye.